One reason you're struggling to get women, or one reason you're struggling to get quality women, is because of lust. You see, women can sense that lustful energy over you. Now, if you be following my channel, you get to realize that I'm not referring when I speak of quality women, I'm not referring to what we have these days. Quality women are very, very rare. They are very rare for a reason because only a very few men, a handful of men can have access to them. And you don't have access to them by following online advice. Because online advice has one thing first to get your attention. So they tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. And here's the harsh truth. For those of you who want to click this video, want to click off immediately, the more you are in your masculine energy, the more comfortable and secure you are in your masculine energy, the more quality women you will attract. Right? Because a man who is much more in his masculine energy is less lustful. He's less lost to porn. And that's it. By the way, my name is Tonore. I basically make content to help young men get ahead in life, to become better versions. I help young men because for some fucked up reasons, we live in a society where they constantly want to make you feel guilty just because you are a man. So let's get right into it. You see, most of the advice around that talks about women these days, they basically talk about women in a way that is short-term driven. It's optimized for just helping you get women right now. One, two. Those advice would work for a lot of bubblegum girls, a lot of cheap girls, but that's not what you want if you're basically following me. You want to have quality women, but here's the harsh truth. If you want to get quality women, you have to get quantity of women, by the way. But if you want to get women like this quality women, you have to realize that these women are more in their feminine energy. Now, when I say quality, I'm not referring to boss babes or independent babes. That's not who I'm referring to. I'm referring to feminine women who want to help you on your journey become who you want to be. You see, women like this, they know that their role is to find a man who is on his purpose and try to support him as much as possible. That is what the women of in the past used to be, right? They know that this guy has a journey, he has a purpose, he has a mission. You know what? Let me jump on his journey and support him. But guess what? Most of these days, guys themselves are off their purpose. Most guys are off their purpose. That is why I'm telling you that the more you are on your purpose, the less lustful you are. And guess what? The more women appreciate you. Because women feel that masculine energy more. But guess what? They will never tell you this. You see, back in my uni days, in my early uni days, right? I felt that this feminine woman I was friends with, and by the way, guys and girls can actually be friends, but they cannot have closure. More on that later. See, so we used to be very close buddies, right? And she was telling me about guys she wants. Well, even we're still friends to this day. She's married, so she talk about guys that are currently talking to her, and she basically be talking about how something in some guys don't feel right. They may have what she's talking about, right? They may have money, rich parents because it was uni days, rich parents who could, to some extent, provide security for these kids. But she could feel like something was off somewhere. And this is what I was beginning to observe in myself too, that truly some things are the energy you bring, and at the same time, there's a girl I was talking to, right? And I think at that time, oh mind you, caution, I never did drugs. Did you ever do drugs? No, not really. So I was talking to this girl and she spoke, the issue of drugs came up. She asked me if I did drugs. I basically lied, saying yes. Instantly, I knew that the way her eyes twitched, she detected the lie. And that's when I kind of realized that, you see this eye gaze they talk about, where they say the eyes are the gateway to the soul. Basically, that is why this is why when I'm talking to women, basically stare into their eyes, because they want to stare into your eyes also. It's a way of bonding. So the more feminine a woman is, the more she wants to get into your soul, the more she wants to read your full energy. And the most masculine thing you can do, right? You see, the most masculine thing you can do is to be on your purpose. And this is not an advice for 1, 2, 3 years. It's an advice for life. 10 years, 20 years. Because the harsh truth is that the real dating advice that works is always self-improvement advice. Become more capable, become more confident, right? Be on your purpose, be able to provide, be so secure in yourself that when a woman comes into your life, she feels very, very secure also. You see, women crave security. Women want security, right? They want it. It's very important, right? But guess what? You can have all that security around you, but if you don't have it in you, don't worry, trust me. You can't keep a quality woman. The moment there's chaos. So I'm saying this because every guy out there wants to have that quality woman, wants to have that vibe of a quality woman. But if you yourself are not secured in your own energy, you're wasting your time. It's a harsh, deep truth. If you're not secure in it. So as a guy, what should you do? Have a purpose you're on. Have a purpose, because the more you are on your purpose, right? This is something they never tell you. The more you are on your purpose, the more capable you feel as a man. The more capable you feel as a man, the more you bring that energy into the women you're talking to. But there's a slight caveat. The issue here now is that when you meet a woman who knows you're on your ground and your purpose, she will shit test you. They will test you. You see, all these things about women, there's a reason that the advice about women that works somewhat sounds like misogyny, but it's really not misogyny. This is what I tell guys. Go out there and have as much experiences, real life experience with women. You get to realize that a lot of the things that women are doing, right, when they're in their emotions, is completely subconscious. So that means when she's testing you, maybe for example, she's complaining about you not giving her as much attention. The moment you feel guilty and begin to give her that much attention, all of a sudden she feels like this is boring. This guy lacks his purpose. And take it or leave it. No woman, no quality woman wants to ever be your center of attention. It's not possible. It's not possible. Take it from me, no woman would ever see you on your purpose and will want to be the center of attention. It's mostly women who are trying to manipulate or control you. But quality women, they will test you. They'll say, oh, give me more attention here. But the moment, because I've had my own fair share of regrets. This is why I say, when it comes to dealing with women, have online advice, but more importantly, have real life practices. The more you give them that attention, the more they feel like, this guy was so easy, he was so cheap. It's not really what I wanted. I remember a video that went viral, where a guy was carrying his daughter, and the daughter was like, the guy should cut out his beard, right? He went and cut out his beard. The daughter basically begged him to cut out his beard. Begged. Now he went and took off his beard. When he came back, the daughter was crying, saying, "Ew, she doesn't like it. Like he doesn't look like it. He looks less manly." Mind you, this is a small girl who doesn't have social conditioning. Mind you, she's feeling the energy. Again, looks matters, but to an extent. So when you look manly, even small daughters know that. So when he took off his beard, he looked less manly. And a small girl who was like 8 years old detected that. She read that. So tell as a man, be as masculine as possible. And you become masculine by doing difficult things, while pick a purpose, pick a passion, pick a project, have a drive, have ambition. Those things make you masculine. See, you cannot have that drive without being masculine. That is why women these days are having more drive than young men. As a young man. And again, another problem with young men is they want quick results. Now, that mindset will ruin you. You see, because as a man, one gift you should have is whatever it is you're building compounds over time. This is why one gift I can tell to men is, you see, that gift of building your own stuff makes you unique and valuable. Now, I'm about to make a statement, and people may treat it as misogyny, but it is not misogyny. You see, women are born with value already. Men have to create their value. But the fact that you are creating your value as a man makes you unique, because except you are doing some shallow games, you can never have the same value as the next man. Guess what? What that means is almost every man is unique. And this is why I say my philosophy is become a well-rounded man. Because the more well-rounded you are, the more unique you are. What that means is you're bringing a different kind of vibe the other man is not bringing. Two is, but women, on the other hand, because they are born with value, and most women never really self-improve because they believe they have value already. So why self-improve? Why improve? So most women are basically the same. But guess what? We are supposed to tell women that they are unique, while we are the same. Well, let's be honest. Most women who don't improve themselves are sort of the same thing. The same thing, because women barely improve themselves. But guess what? Men don't really care. But back to the whole talk about feminine quality women. You see, they will read your energy quick. I'm saying this because the more masculine you are, right? The more masculine you are, like I said, the more capable you are. And when you walk up and you're talking to women, they feel that energy. They feel that confidence in you. And I'll tell you this thing is, if you're a teenager, you're in your early 20s, Just start being on your purpose. Start being on that grind. Start having that drive. And when you meet women now speaking of the online advice, the online dating advice, that pisses me off is short-term gimmicks. So, for example, and why this works is that these guys, a lot of guys will look at the lives of successful, high-value men. They will try men who are successful with women. They will try to reverse engineer the process and sell it to you. But meanwhile, because of you don't have you never experienced it, or you're never on that journey, it's taking time for you to really imbibe those traits. For example, you hear things like ignore her text, right? Because she let her think about you more. But the reality is, the men who are very successful women, or the men that women want, these guys are on their purpose, they're on their drive, they're on their mission. So when a woman is texting them, because of how busy they are, they barely want to see that text till later in the evening. And guess what? The woman will keep. You see, a quality woman knows that she can't be your priority. So what that means is that she's okay, because it also allows her to feel that emotion of, okay, you know what? When he's with me, he's fully with me. But guess what? I crave that full attention. You see, there's a saying that I got from a movie, and the movie says, it's about a Navy SEAL. And Navy SEAL guy says, you can't have part of me all of the time, but you can have all of me part of the time. That is the difference, right? That's the difference between a high value man and a low value man. So the low value guy is giving her attention, replying her texts, right? Almost all the time, but yet he's distracted. But the guy who's on his purpose, he will be on his grind, fully focused, right? Now, when it's time to also meet this woman, meet the quality woman, he's also focused on this quality woman. He's not doing anything that is shallowy or gimmicky, right? So he's with her fully, and she understands it, because if that energy, the attention from a masculine man is different from the attention of a feminine man. Trust me, if you watch women talk to feminine men versus watch women talk to masculine men, just stare into their eyes while they're doing the conversation. You get to see that she just wants to bask in this masculinity. And this is one reason why I tell you, fuck all this shallowy advice. Focus on the deep stuff. The more you focus on the deep stuff, the shallowy stuff will take care of itself. Now, you need both advice, to be very, very frank. But instead of just taking it as a short-term gimmick, bring it into your life. Stop looking for quick results. Because men, as a man, you're built over time. You may have money now, but trust me, that security in yourself, what builds over time. You build it by doing difficult things over and over again, to the point where you trust your own abilities in any situation, right? You control your emotions already. So I could keep going on and on and on and on, but the whole point is, the more masculine you are, the more drive you portray, the more ability you have, the more capable you are, the less lustful you are, the less likely that you're going to make a woman the focus of your life. Because mind you, a woman can see that lust and use that lust to her advantage, but no, a true masculine woman knows that she doesn't want that, because when she's doing that, she's not really allowed to be in her full feminine energy. She's not allowed to do that. This is why whenever I see my guys with feminine women and I see them make mistakes, I'm like, guy, what the fuck are you doing? And they make a couple of adjustments here, and it always works for them, right? So my name is Tonore. I just create content out there. My content is basically dedicated to young men getting their shit together, right? Because to be very, very honest, we live in a world where the advice about women is wrong. Even women's advice on how they should be treated does not work in reality. And I basically help guys break it down, because if you don't understand female nature, right, you're going to keep falling for all these content creators who just want your attention. They tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. They give you short-term gimmicks that would work short-term. But like I said, the quality feminine women who you enjoy. Yeah, you see, when you're talking to a feminine woman, you see, it's very difficult for you to even react because of how soft, right? How soft-spoken they are. If you see a feminine woman talk on stage, like the way she just commands the attention is quite crazy. And again, a feminine woman wants to respect men, and that's why respect, something that that is a masculine trait every man needs to have. Every man. It's a masculine trait every man needs to have. So I just keep making these videos, and if you leave me for long, I could talk for long, and heck. By the way, if you're watching this video, you can probably check out my vlogs. I basically vlog every day. And when I vlog, you see me talking to women at the gym. You see me talking out there to other women, because I basically keep it real. I'm not out there acting a script every day. I'm out here, I'm at the gym talking to women, and you can basically hear sometimes because anything you're not hearing is probably things I don't want you to hear because so I didn't really have content for you to hear that. But you can basically just see how free I am. And again, being free with women is one of the gifts you can never have. Where the women you're talking to, you don't talk to women because you need something from them, right? You can talk to women just because of you like their company, simply because they stimulate you intellectually. Just have women around, basic. My name is Tonore. I create content for young men to get their shit together, for young men to find their voice in a world where society just wants men to be guilty just because they are men. I'll tell you to wake up, be a man. There are literally people who are counting on you. Like your family, your literal family that you could be creating is counting on you to become a man. You have two choices. It's either you just sit down there and say, fuck it, the world hates me for me just being a man. I can say, you know what, fuck it. The world will appreciate me for me being a man and stepping up and taking responsibility for you and for those around you, for those who choose to follow your lead. So be a man, rise up to the occasion, be masculine as fuck, be unapologetic, share this video with other guys who you know need to wake up, then talk to you soon. Bye for now.